do you do a lot of filtering of tables and lists? And does the experience annoy you? Because you do things like this, you've got a little drop down and you say, okay, let's look up all the BK items. And then you find the one you want and you untick it. And then you realize you should have unticked all these and retick them and then tick it again and then find the one you want. Okay, and then to turn it off, you come back in here and click. It's just fiddly. How about a better way? Simple, searchable list, click a button, done. I'll show you how. Let's go. Okay, so here's my approach. It does require adding an extra column. All right, so I'm just going to insert a column here, and this is going to be my search. And this works really well with tables because as I put the formula in, the formula will just fill down. Then in here, let me just go here and say, right, let's do a little input box. Let's make it a drop down. So data all the way across to data validation. Let's make it a list. And the source is going to be product number. Click OK. So here's my nice drop down. Okay. Now, the lovely thing about this these days is it only shows the uniques. So that happens automatically in Excel 365 these days. And also it's searchable. So if I search for CA, all the CAs show up. Or if I search for C, etc. Okay, so great. So let's say I pick one of these. That'll do. Now what do you do? Well, I can just say equals this equals that and $sign it. So F4. Okay. And now the nice thing, this is the clever little bit. You basically add a slicer for this column. So table design, insert slicer for the search. Okay. And I've got true, falses and NAs. And isn't that a lovely thing? Automatically showing you where there's issues. Whereas in here, you have to scroll down right to the bottom before you even know there are NAs. Okay, so this is great. Right, and then you can simply click the trues. There we go, filtered for that. Click the NAs just to see the NAs. Okay, and click this button to see everything again. That's pretty good. And the other nice thing is, rather than this being the actual match, you could do like an approximate search. And you can change this wording as well. So I could change it to say, let's just do this first. So if product number equals that, then let's say matches. Otherwise, I'm just going to put a little dash. Okay, so now we can filter for the matches. If you want to see the non-matches, you can do that. There's the NAs, turn it off. Brilliant. Okay, what about approximate, or sort of partial matches, where you can use the search function for non-case sensitive matches. So I'm going to change this. I'm going to get rid of the data validation. So data validation. Okay, I'm going to go in here and say clear all. Okay, so I just want to search for all, let's say all the HLs. Okay, anything beginning with HL. So clearly there's no matches. So here we go. We're going to change what's in here. Okay. So if is number search. So the search function is going to just check what position HL appears in any of that text. So it'll list all the items that have HL in. You can do text begins with or something like that if you wanted to. But look, so we're going to go if the search, okay, is a number. If it doesn't find it, it'll return an error. So if it's a number. So we're searching for, and we're looking for the text. I'm just going to swap this around. Okay, C4. And I'll make this file downloadable. Okay, within product number, don't need all those spaces. Close the bracket. Okay, on the search, close the bracket on the is number, enter. So anything that's got HL in, and I can go match. There we go. Okay, matches. Now, with this approach, you notice the NAs aren't being picked up because the search, but I could add a if is NA product number. I could add that as a double check. But yeah, pretty nice little way of adding a very quick search feature into your tables if you're doing a lot of this sort of stuff. All right, let me know what you think. Hope you find that useful, and I'll catch you in the next video.